right, good morning, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. We are going to do something a little different here. We got a new mic and we're going to be testing the volume out here on this one. So I'm going to pull up my mixer here and see where we're at. We are topping out on the yellow, so it looks like we're good. We made a little bit of an adjustment. First day was a little quiet, and this one seems to be a little bit better. So hopefully we will have a good flight here. We're in the Cessna 172. We're going to do something just a little bit different in order to test out the mic. I figured I'd do a cold start VFR flight over the Grand Canyon. Shouldn't take too long. I think it's about a half-hour trip. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So from cold state, engine is off. We got a good look at our airport here. It's a little runway. Not too long, I don't think. Let me check the so we're in 1Z1 Grand Canyon Bar 10 Webb Ranch Airstrip, and we're going to be departing from runway number 16. I guess it's not too bad. It's 3,500 feet in length. Not too bad for a little Cessna. Airport, I was hoping that we're in a CTAF here, so we're going to announce our own departure and control our own traffic. So we're over here in the Grand Canyon. We're going to get this thing started here. So let's see. Quick pre-flights. Hang on. Let me zoom around back here. Got the push guy in the desert. All right, little pre-flight inspection is complete. We adjusted our seatbelts, we tested our brakes, we made sure all our circuits are pushed in. Those are deactivated in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and all of our electrical equipment is not off. So it all started on, so interesting. But we are ready we're going to check our avionics are off. And our fuel selection is set to both, and our shutoff valve is in the on position. So we're going to adjust our throttle here to about 25%. We're looking for a quarter. And our mixture is cut off. And then we're going to do our standby battery switch test and hold. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, light stay green for 20 seconds. Now we're going to hit arm, and our primary flight display will turn on. And then there's just a couple of things that we want to check on here. We want to make sure that our battery volts are over 24, which they are. And we are on a time ticking thing right now where if this drops below 24, we won't be able to crank the engine. And then we also want to check to make sure that our volts and amps, we want to verify that our amps has a positive discharge, which is -6, and that our volts are less than 1.5, and we're sitting at 0.0, so we are good. And then we are standby battery annunciator is on. We want to yell out clear prop. We want to hit our master switches here, our alternator and our battery. And we want to make sure that our beacon light is on at this point. And then we can move our fuel mixture to rich. And we're going to hold our fuel pump switch and prime the engine. That's for 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. And we can turn that off. And then we're going to move our mixture to lean. We're going to get ready for our brakes, and we're going to hit our switch here to the on position and start the engine. Engine goes. We can move that to rich, and then we're going to adjust our RPMs to 1000 and kind of get the engine warmed up just a little bit. And we're going to check our oil pressure is good now. We're going to turn on our avionics, bus 1 and 2. Navigation system comes on. We enter in. We got our pre-flight planned here. We're going to zoom in on our guy a little bit there. And then we're going to go ahead and take care of a couple of adjustments here. And I think we're going to set our altitude to be, probably doesn't matter, we're not going to use the autopilot too much on this flight. And then we just want to make sure our flaps are up, which on the 172 is right behind the co-pilot's yoke there. Alright, so we are good to go there. We're very ready to contact ATC. Well, there is no ATC here because it's CTAF. But we'll tune in and announce our departure. Let's see which way we're going. Alright, so we're going to start off by going to the south. So we are going to announce our taxi.
1 Zulu 1 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is taxiing to runway 34.
And we're actually going to be going to 16 now. Alright, so we're going to release our parking brake here. We're excited about this trip. We haven't done a Grand Canyon flight in a very long time. But we're going to go ahead and release our parking brake there. Increase our throttle just a touch. And we're going to get rolling here. And runway is pretty much right here. All we got to do is spin around without hitting anything. It's a small airport, so they just put you in the desert. And then we'll find, oh nice, there's a fuel station. Alright, we're going to line up to the runway here. Set our parking brake real quick. We're going to turn on a few lights here. We'll turn on our navigation strobe, and I don't think we need pitot heat here in the desert, so we are good to go. Do we have everything set? I think so. Should we adjust the time a little bit? Let's adjust the time. Not night. We'll do morning, sunrise. I always like the sunrise, sunset. So here in the Grand Canyon, we'll do a little sunrise trip here. We got scattered clouds. And yeah, so most of this is going to be non-autopilot. I'm sorry, I was sitting here thinking about something. We were I think we're going to be following the Colorado River up through the Grand Canyon, so we will announce our takeoff and see what kind of scenery and stuff that we can find. So we're going to announce our departure to south.
1 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha taking off runway 16 south departure.
We're going to put our yoke back on, release our parking brake, go full throttle. We're at 50 knots, 60, and we can pull back. All right, and we will enjoy the Grand Canyon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, the other thing is we do have Bush Talk Radio on. So let's go ahead and do that. And whatever plays, I don't think there's too much, but whatever plays, and we can enjoy a little history or information session with Bush Talk Radio.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Get this out. I think this will be pretty much I'll switch back and forth from inside and outside of the aircraft on this flight so that we can get a panoramic view of the Grand Canyon. So we have not entered it yet. It's right up there. So beautiful scenery here. I believe we're in Arizona. Sun looks like it's going to be peeking out over there. Alright, let's see if we can find something on the Grand Canyon. You know, adjust our RPMs a little bit, get that not flashing red, that would be good. It's Hoover Dam. Trying to find the Bush Talk Radio on the Grand Canyon. That's Pumpkin Springs. That'll play along our route. It doesn't look like they have too much there, but we are good. So I think that is the start of the Colorado River right here. So we are going to be winding and following that winding river. Alright, and it looks like the river bends up and over to the right. Check out to see if we got any other pilots up there. We should probably contact a ATC a little bit and notify that we are here.
Los Angeles Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is type Cessna Skyhawk 9 miles south of 1 Zulu 1 4,300 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Los Angeles Center. Squawk 2721.
Squawk 2721 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha radar contact 10 miles south of 1 Zulu 1 4,400 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, so we're going to follow the river over to the right here. Adjust our camera a little bit. Alright, so we are coming up. Once we make a little left around this mountain ridge, up and around here, we got a Bush Talk radio on Pumpkin Spring. Oh, I guess not that way. We are... Yeah, it'll bend over to the left soon. There we go. Pretty close to those rocks. We're going to be following river right along here. Make a quick little shortcut. And Pumpkin Spring should be coming up soon. Our coffee cup is already empty. We're gonna have to take care of that after this flight. But once again, guys, do appreciate you tuning in. After this one, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee, and then we are going to do our next leg over at our Hawaiian tour adventure. So I think we got 2 or 3 more of those to do. There was 8 legs total. But for now, I just want to do a little quick mic test before we do that one. And do a little different scenery here in the Grand Canyon. Alright, that Bush Talk radio should be popping up any second now. As we follow the Colorado River. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little mic test here. Alright, looks like we are good, still good with the volume on my voice, and still good with the volume on the computer as well. See what that looks like when we go exterior. Interior. Yeah, I think we're good. Good with the mic test. Let's go ahead and check our flight plan here. We are a little more than a quarter of the way through, and looks like we got 52 miles left to the top of our descent. Making a hard right. Following the river. Got a nice first person view of the Grand Canyon here. Pretty much flying right along the top of that ridge.
Pumpkin Spring is a geothermal heated mineral water hot spring located in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. The spring gets its name due to the bright orange mineral and organic deposits that have accumulated on the flowstone, giving it the appearance of a huge pumpkin. At the surface, the spring morphology is a mineralized carbonate mound form. The spring water emerges from within the pool, which is surrounded by a travertine that has formed around the source. The water flows over the left bank lip of the mound down to the river at the upstream end of pool into the downstream side of the river.
And our airport sits on top of the ridge here, so eventually we will have to increase our elevation in order to be able to land at the airport. But for now, I kind of enjoy flying around here. Inside the canyon. Probably even go ahead and take a quick dip down. Let's try to do that. We'll get a little closer to the water. So we are inside the canyon walls, getting a close look at the Colorado River. It's kind of narrow here. But it does open up a little bit.
Golf Sierra Alpha. Contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85. Good day.
All right, a little ATC handoff.
124.85 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye. Los Angeles Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 2,600 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Los Angeles Center altimeter 29er.9er 2 radar contact continue.
Los Angeles Center Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha cancel flight following.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha Los Angeles Center cancellation received.
That's all right. We'll tune to the tower when we get there.
Frequency change approved.
Alright, so we are getting there. I am going to rise up in elevation a little bit here. And we'll actually do this. We're going to turn that, and that on. Alright, and I'm actually going to be right back and refill that coffee cup. Alright, so we are back. We're going to do a little mic test again here, because that is the primary point of our flight today as we're flying through the Grand Canyon. Alright, so yeah, we do have we do have a lot of flights planned for this weekend. So right after this, we're going to probably take about a 15-20 minute break. Might eat a yogurt or something to refuel, and we're going to get our, let's see, what leg are we on? Leg number 7. So we'll do a live Hawaiian tour adventure. So we got 2 more to go there. And we're going to be flying out of PHKO to runway number 17 to PHSF in Hawaii, landing on runway number 9. So it's going to be about a 100 nautical mile trip, and that shouldn't take too long, probably just under an hour. We're flying the Cessna 172 there as well, the a yellow one, not the green one that we got going on here. But and then after that, we're gonna probably do a neo-fly flight in the Cessna Citation CJ4. So we had a little mishap yesterday with it. I tried running a long flight while I was working, and put it on autopilot, and then it ran out of fuel by the time like 20 minutes from the airport. So, and I didn't notice because I was working. So I don't know. Probably shouldn't be doing more than 10 things at one time. So lesson learned there. No biggie, no harm, no foul. Just a little Neo fly bucks lost, but we are good to go there. We already got a new one. We're sitting in there, and I think we are in Maryland. We're in Cambridge, Maryland at the moment, and we're hopefully going to do a flight to Greenville, North Carolina, where I actually spent some time living over there. We're going to be flying into the Pitt, which is the county that Greenville is in, Pitt County, and we're going to be flying into the Pitt Greenville Airport, which is actually not too far away from a golf course that I did a LiDAR golf course with Bradford Creek. That is pretty much like 5 minutes from that airport. So kind of connecting two games together there. So PGA Tour with Neofly. Or not Neo, well, I guess Neofly / Microsoft Flight Simulator. So there you go. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. I've been working super hard these last few weeks and kind of getting burned out. But we're enjoying our flights here. This is my little relaxing go-to thing. It looks like we're coming into some clouds. It's getting a little misty out here in the canyon. Alright, so we got 29 nautical miles to the top of our descent. And the runway sits at 4,789 feet, so we're looking at about wanting to be, we'll say 5,300 feet above elevation. Or 5,300 feet above sea level. So let's go ahead and adjust our altitude just a touch there, and we can make a small descent. Nice, slow and steady. We're in no rush here. Wrong button. I was trying to hit the exterior. Yeah, mic test still looks good with the exterior. I'm peeking out in the yellow on the mixer. Alright, we are actually going to do something just a little bit different and deviate from our flight plan just a touch there. So we're going to set our heading to 308. .309 is close enough. And we're going to turn on our heading mode. Pull out our throttle just a touch So basically what the runway, so we are going to be landing at 1G4, which is the Grand Canyon West Airport, and we're going to be landing onto runway number 17. Runway length is 4,989 feet in length. It's an asphalt runway, so not too bad. We got plenty of runway to work with there, and it looks like the parking is right in the middle of the runway, so we're gonna get a good little look at the airport over there, Grand Canyon West, once again. So we're looking at this. This is our nav maps here. This is the Grand Canyon West Airport. So we're going to be coming in into runway number 17. We should be able to make one of these taxiways here, no issue, and we'll probably hit up like parking 22 or something. I don't know, but somewhere in there. We'll see how many planes are there, which ones are occupied, and yeah, it should be a good time. Let's check our airport here. This is an AWAS frequency airport. So we're in Peach Springs, Arizona. That is where we're headed. It's basically, so the Grand Canyon is cut into the mountains here, and the runway will sit right on the top of it. So pretty neat little setup for the airport. We'll see how detailed it is. But we are almost there. We are let's see. Yeah, we're getting super close. We should be able to see the runway. It's going to be off to the left just a little bit, like right up here somewhere, or possibly up here. Or we're going to have to go out. We're planning probably about a 4-mile approach to the runway. We'll just get a little bit closer, and then we will set our flaps. Get another look at the Grand Canyon. Alright, let's see if there was any more bush talk stuff. I kind of navigated off from that. Let's see if we got anything else that we can play as we approach our airport. Which we do. We got the Grand Canyon Skywalk. So very cool.
The Grand Canyon Skywalk is a horseshoe-shaped cantilever bridge with a glass walkway at Eagle Point in Arizona near the Colorado River on the edge of a side canyon in the Grand Canyon West area of the Long Canyon. USGS topographic maps show the elevation of the Skywalk's location as 4,770 feet at the elevation of the Colorado River in the base of the canyon as 1,160 feet, and they show that the height of the precisely vertical drop directly under the skywalk is between 500 feet and 800 feet. In 2015, the attraction passed 1 million visitors commissioned and owned by the Wallapai Indian tribe. It was unveiled March 20, 2007, and opened to the general public on March 28, 2007. It is accessed via the Grand Canyon West Airport Terminal, or a 120-mile drive from Las Vegas. The Skywalk is east of Meadview and north of Peach Springs, with Kingman being the closest city of some size.
Alright, I want to see if there's any detail on that on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that sits, I think this dot right here is the Skywalk. So we'll fly over there and see if there's any detail that we can actually see the Skywalk. Oh, nice, and I think that might be our runway over there. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but that definitely is the Grand Canyon Skywalk. So first things first, we will fly over here and see the location of the Skywalk. Alright, it doesn't look like there's anything actually there. Oh no, there is. Very cool, so that's the Skywalk. I wonder if that's our airport. That is our airport. So we'll go out this way a little bit, and then we will reduce our speed, set our flaps, and we'll get a good look at the Skywalk and land on runway number 17. Introduce some flaps at that point, and we'll spin around here. We'll keep this all off the grid. And not even contact ATC. We're just going to do a little casual flight here. But there's our airport. There is the Skywalk from the Bush Talk radio. So we'll do a nice little flyby there. As we make our approach.
The Grand Canyon Skywalk is a horseshoe-shaped cantilever bridge with a glass walkway at Eagle Point in Arizona, near the Colorado River, on the edge of a side canyon in the Grand Canyon West area of the main canyon. USGS topographic maps show the elevation of the Skywalk's location as 4,770 feet and the elevation of the Colorado River in the base of the canyon as 1,160 feet, and they show that the height of the precisely vertical drop directly under the Skywalk is between 500 feet and 800 feet. In 2015, the attraction passed 1 million visitors commissioned and owned by the Wallapai Indian tribe. It was unveiled March 20, 2007, and opened to the general public on March 28, 2007. It is accessed via the Grand Canyon West Airport Terminal, or a 120-mile drive from Las Vegas. The Skywalk is east of Meadview and north of Peach Springs, with Kingman being the closest city of some size.
Alright, so we got touchdown. We're hitting our brakes here. We're going to take this first taxiway. It's a pretty smooth landing. We'll hit this taxiway and check out some parking that is going to be over here on the right hand side. So we get a quick little look at the airport over here, Grand Canyon West Skywalk, or Grand Canyon West. The Skywalk was our Bush Talk radio. We're gonna go ahead and follow the taxi ramp over, or taxiway over here. So a small airport, pretty nice detail here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This guy was giving us directions. We'll come back to him. I was just kind of taking a look at the airport here. So we got a pretty decent parking lot. Couple of small planes. Looks like a Cessna. That's a CJ4 to our left. I think that's a Beechcraft to the right. Yeah, that is definitely a CJ4 here. Super, super fun plane to fly there. Little Class E plane. But we did a little circle around the airport. This is the whole parking area. So we will go ahead and park with this guy. He's telling us to go to the right. And stop. We're going to cut him up with the propellers. Nah, just kidding. Alright, so appreciate you guys tuning in. That was a quick little mic test Grand Canyon tour. We're going to take a short break and then we will do our Hawaiian tour adventure, leg number 7 of 8. So we are almost done with that. We're definitely going to get all of those recorded this weekend. We got a lot of flying planned this weekend. So we're going to go ahead and turn off our engine there. Turn off our alternator and our master battery switches. So appreciate you tuning in. We will see you on the next one.